I'm super excited to bring you the Jeff Stinco cab collection for Two Notes. It's basically the best cabs from my collection. We've used most of these cabs throughout recordings with Simple Plan. A great collection of cabs for cleans, distorted tones, leads, ambient tones. I made sure that I would include different types of speakers for you to use through your own recordings. As part of this collection, I'm bringing some really cool cabs, one of which is that secret sauce Mars 412, which is inspired by the best Marshall cab I've ever owned. It has that greenback speaker that distorts really well at high volumes. It's sweet sounding. It's amazing for leads. The Bog 412 is the cab that's inspired by my Bogner 412. We've used that 412 all over recordings from the band since Still Not Getting Any, so the second Simple Plan record. We've used that cab like everywhere on all rhythm tones. It's a great cab because it has two sets of speakers. It's got that cross thing where you got like greenbacks and vintage 30s on the other side. So I think that cab is a beautiful, great rhythm cab. It's a really heavy cab, so I'm stoked that I'm actually getting access to it in the great Two Notes gear. For clean tones, there's nothing like that Black Face Deluxe that I've used, forever. It's a vintage pre-CBS Black Face. It's a great sounding amp, but the cab itself and the speaker just sound incredible. So when I found that speaker, I was really, really stoked because it's in mint condition. It sounds great. It was never reconed, so it's quite spectacular. So the MORG 212 is inspired by the mighty Morgan cabinet, the 212 that I own. I use it mostly for clean tones. It's also very good at doing mid-level levels of distortion. And yeah, I mean, it does high gain pretty well too, but you got to be careful with the volume, which is not a problem if you use it virtually, obviously. So crank your amps up and just go for it. Finally, I'm bringing to the table a beautiful silverback speaker inspired by this Vox AC30. It's a 1964 brilliant sounding amp. It has that beautiful British tone that's really kind of hard to get. It's accessible now through the Two Notes stuff, which is really cool. I'm going to use it quite a bit because it's definitely my sort of go-to when I use semi-distorted tones, even clean sounds. I use it all the time. I like a little bit of breakup in my clean tones to kind of like make it fit better when I transition from distortion to cleans. So I like to have like a lot of harmonic content, and that speaker does it really, really well. So I'm really happy to be partnering up with Two Notes for the Jeff Stinco cab collection. A lot of those cabs were used throughout the Simple Plan career, are still being used when we record. These are the best cabs I've ever heard, and there's a particular cab in there that I love. It's that Mars 412 Secret Sauce. That cab is insane. It's absolutely out of this world. So check it out. Let me know what you think.